What is up, y'all? Hi. Good morning from Arizona. Hope everybody is doing fantastic. It is beautiful over here. All my friends and family back in Georgia, hello. But it is nice and beautiful, and I'm so excited to be here. Every time I get to come to Plexus Corporate, my belief is just taken through the roof. Hearing people's stories of impact, hearing people's stories of hope, just getting to kind of rub shoulders with other very successful people in our industry, it just reaffirms over and over and over and over, even 9 years in, that I'm in the right place. And so for those of you who are new to following me, or maybe you're catching this on a replay, my name's Christina Williams, and I am a top level leader in a company called Plexus. We obviously have just a huge, huge heart for people and health and wellness. And I am a very, very, very proud professional network marketer. Now, I did not set out to be a professional network marketer. I am a school teacher by trade. I have 4 kids at home, all ages and stages. One is grown and out of the house, all the way down to a first grader. And I honestly thought that I would teach for 30 years, retire, live a modest life. And listen, I would have been perfectly happy with that. I've always loved my life, always loved my family. However, I felt the pressure and the stress and the strain that many of you are feeling with expenses that were continuing to go up and income that felt capped, right? So like I said, I have 4 kids, and with that come a lot of extracurriculars. With that come a lot of expenses. And I always felt this pressure that I knew one day, probably very soon, our income was no longer going to be able to meet the needs of our expenses. And that felt very, very heavy for me, because here's what I knew about myself. I was not going to be willing to sacrifice the experiences that I wanted with my families, the vacations, the magical Christmases, just the things that I wanted to be able to say yes to. So I knew that I was going to continue to go further into debt, that I was going to continue to lay awake at night worried about money. And these were things that plagued me for years. It was not lost on me to spend hours Googling ways to use my teaching degrees to make more money from home, because I could have gone and gotten a second job. But what I desperately wanted was just more hours with my family. I didn't want to trade more hours for dollars. And so network marketing was something that I snubbed my nose up at. It was something that I kind of made fun of. It was something that I ignored, even though I saw other people being successful. And I ignored it because of opinions of people like you. I was so worried what people were going to think about me. I knew that I could trust myself to work hard. I knew that I could trust myself to learn some skills. I knew that if other people were being successful, I could too, if I were willing to do what they had been willing to do. But my fear was in, what would people think? What would people think about me? My fear was also in, if I built it, could I sustain it? I wasn't interested in making a lot of money one time. I wasn't interested in get rich quick. Not what I was after. I was after long-term sustained residual income. And so I had to build my belief in the industry of network marketing. And y'all, I'm telling you, my belief could not be higher. Now I have the opportunity to be at the top of the company. There's one rank between me and the top of the company for the second time, because in Plexus, when you hit the top of the company, you get the opportunity to re-enroll and build again under yourself. And so when you decide to do something like this with me as your mentor, you get somebody who is in the trenches with you. I am still doing the exact same things that I'm going to be leading you to do. I'm creating systems, and I'm failing forward, and I'm figuring out how to adapt and evolve. I'm figuring out what's different in the industry than it was 9 years ago when I started. But you guys, listen, I stand firm in the fact that there is not another opportunity out there where you, a ordinary, regular, if you're like me, nothing special, crazy hot mess express soccer mom, can come in, learn some skills, be willing to work just as hard on yourself as you are on a business, and create the kind of income and impact from the comfort of your own home. So now here's the thing. I know you've got fears and limiting beliefs, and you're probably thinking, good for you. That's what I used to think. Oh yeah, good for you. That couldn't work for me because I have a full-time job. That couldn't work for me because I've never sold anything to anybody ever. That couldn't work for me because I have no social media following. I'm not an influencer. I would tell you same. Those were my same 3 fears. And I built this a side stream of residual income with several $1,000s a month coming in for the first almost 4 years while I continued to teach full time. So this is absolutely not something that you have to go and have just a full amount of time, 8 hours a day to build this. I built this in the actual nooks and crannies while I was teaching full time, while I was being a wife and a mom, and you can too. I also had never sold anything to anybody. Sales is a simple set of skills that if you're willing to practice and get good at, you can master, right? And we have so many resources and trainings. You are going to have help in learning that skill set. As far as being an influencer, still not an influencer. I had no social media presence. I would sometimes get on to kind of consume. And if I did post, it was just always stuff like, I love my family. I love my life. So I wasn't an influencer either. And the reality is you're not looking for millions and millions of people if you decide to build a business like this. You're looking for people who are looking for you. You're looking for people who have problems that your product can solve. And you're looking for people who have the same financial need or struggle that you have that has made you open to building a business. So my success has been built from linking arms with other women and helping them get what they want. That's the beauty of this business. And now with the crazy stuff that's happening in the industry right now, you might be thinking, yeah, but what if Plexus does what some of these other companies have done and they pull the rug out from underneath you? Well, I'm here at corporate this week and just getting to hear from our CEO and president over and over and over about why that will never be us. Number one, we're private. We're not publicly owned or publicly traded, which means we're in charge of ourselves, which is super nice, right? We get to be private because we are a debt-free company. When you have a company that makes fiscally wise decisions and financially wise decisions, that gives you control over your own future. You're not being steered by people who have a controlling, how do you put this? Just like a say. Our company has made such wise decisions. Our CEO said yesterday, he's like, we have plenty of money in the bank. We got plenty of money in the bank. We do the right thing. We follow regulations. Like we do the right thing. We do network marketing the way it could and should be done, but very rarely is. And so if you are praying for a way to make Christmas magical this year, for a way to provide an opportunity for your kids to do extracurriculars next year, if you are just saying, you know what, all I need is an opportunity. It doesn't have to be fast, easy, quick. Like I'm willing to come in and build and work hard to create a residual stream of income. I want you to know I am someone that can help you do that. I will come alongside you. I will plug you in to the systems that we have created based off of our own efforts. Like we've learned some things and we've simplified how people can get great results. And I can show you how to do that. If you're praying for an opportunity and all you need is somebody to say, listen, I'll give you feedback on your efforts. I will help your efforts be effective. That is what I can offer for you. So whether you're watching this live or watching the replay, if you're praying for an opportunity and you're thinking maybe this could be it, I would just encourage you, reach out. Drop a comment here, shoot me a message. I'll even drop my application for you to fill out if you want to consider working together. Let's see if we're a great fit for one another. But I would just encourage you, God planted this dream in your heart for a reason. You don't have to continue to say no. You can build a life where you're able to say yes. And that is what I hope I can help you with. So, okay, see y'all later. Off to train some of the top level leaders in the company today. Y'all have a good one.